Hi, my name is Gus Baxter. I am the owner of Atlas Readings LLC, an intuitive life coaching company. Today I want to talk to you about my tarot journey and then go into 4 common myths and misconceptions about tarot readings. So to start, I was introduced to tarot cards around 12 years old. I must have had some prior knowledge as to what they were, but I remember seeing a deck of cards in a mail order catalog, which does date me a little bit, that back then the internet really wasn't what it was now, and we still had catalogs sent to the house. But since then, I've always had a deck near me. And in my teens, I read books like Tarot for Yourself by Mary K. Greer. I read 78 Degrees of Wisdom by Rachel Pollack, 2 of my all-time favorite books. And if you're just starting out reading, or even if you've read for a while, I would suggest picking these up and at least thumbing through them. They're both so packed full of wonderful information. I also had an opportunity to meet Mary K. Greer and Rachel Pollack last summer, humble brag, at the Omega Institute in Rhinebeck, New York. I actually sat down and had lunch with Mary K. Greer. It was like a dream come true. And she's telling me all about K-pop and like the dramas that go on with like K-pop artists. I don't know anything about K-pop, but I was just so excited. I'm just like, yeah. Like, tell me more. Like, cool. Let's talk about it. It was wonderful. But these 2 books were really impactful for me, and they really set up tarot to be a system for personal growth, for personal exploration, for experiencing and exploring situations through different opportunities and different perspectives. When I moved into my into my 20s, and especially graduating from college, I really started to look at how I wanted to explore tarot and how I wanted to express tarot. Up until that point, I had read books and taken courses and explored how other people said tarot cards could be used. But now I wanted to explore how I wanted to use them. So that put me on a journey that I'm still on, exploring different spiritualities, different esoteric topics. I've had the pleasure of getting connected with and staying connected with some absolutely incredible people. And it's all from exploring how I want to express tarot in my own life. I know yesterday we talked a little bit about Colorado, and that's going to come back today. In my late 20s, when I moved out to Colorado, I connected with an incredible group of tarot readers. We used to meet at the Wild Boar Cafe, if you're local to Fort Collins. And it must have been, a month into me living there. I went there, I said, hey, nice to meet you guys, how's it going? And they said, oh, wonderful. We're going to have the baristas come in and we're going to give them some tarot readings. And I said, oh, cool. I don't really do that. Because up until then, I had read for a few people here and there, some family members, some friends, but I really positioned tarot to be something totally personal, something that was a tool for my own growth and my own exploration. It wasn't really something that I used with other people or even really talked about, ever. But I met this group, and night 1, they said, oh yeah, okay, well, you're gonna go first. And I was totally freaked out. And thanks to them kind of pushing me out of the nest and giving me that opportunity, I have totally fallen in love with reading cards for other people, for connecting with other people over these experiences, for helping them see things from a different perspective, and ultimately helping them gather the information that they need to make a decision with confidence. So when I moved into my 30s and I decided to combine tarot card reading and life coaching, it felt very natural. And that's when I opened Atlas Readings. Now I want to talk about 4 common myths and misconceptions about tarot reading. The first one is that tarot cards are evil. No, I'm going to go with no. This is a tarot card. It is a piece of paper that has some ink on it. There's nothing inherently good or bad about it. There's nothing inherently magical in it. It's a piece of cardboard. It's like a hammer or a drill. It's a tool that you can use. I think that this tool allows you to access your intuition. Number 2, you need to be gifted a deck. You can't buy one. Also know, I think this myth started from early esoteric societies that wanted to keep the knowledge of tarot to themselves. And so they start this myth that buying a deck brings you bad fortune. It brings harm into your life. And really you should be gifted a deck, not just from anyone, but from someone who's been initiated or reads tarot already. And this idea allowed them to control who did and didn't learn the knowledge of tarot. Today, in 2020, I give you permission to buy as many tarot decks as you want. Number 3, tarot cards tell the future. Every reader is going to give you a different answer. For me, yes, tarot cards can tell the future. However, I think we create our futures every day with the decisions that we make. So this future is really more like a projection based on where you are now, the choices you're making, the opportunities you have. We can kind of project into the future and see where you might end up. That being said, adults make about 35,000 conscious choices a day, which means you have 35,000 conscious opportunities to change your trajectory into the future. So rather than focus on what's going to happen, I would like to talk to you about what you want to happen. And then we can work back into the present on how to make that a reality. Misconception number 4. Whatever the cards say will happen. This one is tied to the cards tell your future, but these are just ink on paper, remember? Instead, you and I can create some distance about what's going on in your life, letting you see these things more objectively, and ultimately giving you the tools to direct where you want to go. You know, the purpose of a good tarot reading is not to lay out what's going to happen and make you feel like you are bound to that future. The purpose of a good tarot reading is to remind you that the only person who's in control of your life is you. So that ends our discussion today. I hope you enjoyed it. I would love to hear about your tarot journey and how you came to read cards or how you came to be interested in this subject. I would welcome you to send me a DM and we can have some conversations over there. Tomorrow, I'm going to be giving you a walkthrough of my ebook, Tarot Journaling, a beginner's reference to guided journaling. To prepare, you can download the ebook from my website or you can send me a DM and I will send you the link directly. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. See ya.